Mithun Roy, our resource person, who is a seasoned professional and currently working and serving as an associate consultant at Tata Consultancy Services. With over 15 years of experience, Mr. Roy has been a forefront of IT consulting, cloud-based solution, and enterprise-level technology delivery manager. So we are really excited to hear from Sir through his practical and insightful word. So for that, I would like to call upon Mrs. Sharoda Mullik Madam of CST Department to felicitate him with a flower bouquet. Thank you. So sir, now I would call upon. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm audible, right? So through voice or through mic?
No, sir, mic.
Mic is working fine? So I think I don't know what shall I explain, because Suman already have explained. Okay, so the theoretical part. Still apart from theory, we have many things actually to explain. So that I am going to explain to you. So this is the first slide. Almost same thing we have prepared. So a couple of points I thought of noting down in my first slide. You can see that Gen AI, okay, use Copilot ChatGPT, that Sumanta already just showed you. That everywhere, I don't know that maybe in electrical, mechanical, like core department also, like any kind of questions you can search, right? You will be in a position to get the answer, right, from ChatGPT or Copilot. So we have to change the mindset, okay, and wherever there is a scope, try to use GenAI. Then, okay, I forgot to introduce myself. Okay, it is there in my next slide. Anyway, and next is the use automation in office, then college, then school work. So I know you are teacher, you are students here. So try to use automation wherever, like you are getting some scope, right, in your like workplace. So I can give an example. Let's say you have 20 resume with you, and you want to go through all the resume, and you want to take their first name, last name, email, and mobile number. So can you give me an example how, without opening any PDF document, let's say 20 PDFs you have. So without opening any PDF document, how can you get these details and create an Excel sheet? Using ATS. Let's say you have 20 PDFs. All 20 PDFs have 20 different profiles. Now, 20 is very less. Let's say 100 PDFs you have, because if more people are sending resume, right? For let's say there is any job position in this college, and you have total 100 resume. So the principal sir is asking you that now it is working. So that you give me first name, last name, email ID, and mobile phone number of all the 100 applicants. So without opening a single PDF, how can you do that?
You can do it.
No, ChatGPT. Everything is not ChatGPT. No.
Don't think. Think in more broader way. Open your mind.
Yeah. So that is why everything should not be like in book whatever is written. So you need to think something out of the book also. So have you ever like think of this kind of situation that you have this, and how without opening any PDF, how can you give the solution? You think, okay, I'll give you answer. Now you think, because it's just a first slide, right? Now learn new tools. So to do this, right, you have to know some new tools. Okay, there are many tools which can help you. There are many Java libraries which can help you to get these details actually. You need not to open any PDF document, but still you can able to get the details from PDF, and you can able to create a document. Okay, so that you can do it easily. So last option is very important. Don't make students having bookish knowledge, let them know real-time knowledge. Real-time knowledge is very important actually. Okay, like I was telling Suman that recently I attended one interview. So where the madam was asking me question, she was asking me question by opening her laptop. Okay, so in the laptop the question was like, let's say there is a sentence. So she was asking me that how many states what is there in that particular sentence. Now what I did, I have written a code and I showed her that using a for loop, first a I loop and inside I loop there is a j loop. If you run, then easily you can get the count, right? But she was not satisfied for that. So because in the laptop, whichever is the solution is written, she was looking for that. So this solution can also be done using hashmap. So if you know hashmap, through hashmap also you can do it, but I don't know that solution. So that is why bookish knowledge is cannot work in the real-time field or real-time work. So everywhere we need that is the real-time like coding practice. So you are asking right to me that at the very beginning in the interview, if I go and say that ChatGPT AI ML, no. So you have to, they will ask you real-time questions and you should be in a position to answer that. So this is all about myself. So no need, not giving, taking any time to introduce myself. So fine. So I have total 16 years of experience. 8 years, I think I spent 8 years. Yeah, 9 years I was in India. Then I spent 3 years in US. Then again I came back. Then again I'm working here for almost 4 years. So worked on many clients like Nike shoe you were, right? So in the Nike issue, I was in Nike headquarters. So there you can get even 100, 200 rupees if you give, you can get real real pair of Nike shoes. Okay, that shoes we won't get it here actually. So their shoes qualities are different. So but like the website from where you purchase Nike shoes, right? So those kind of websites like we have worked on with developer. Okay, so apart from that, like banking domain, insurance domain, retail domain, many other domains I have worked on. So it's all about myself. Okay, so next slide. So here cloud, definitely the real-time cloud example I am going to give, but side by side, like as you are teacher, okay, you are building the society, you are building students, and students are also here. So wherever I lagging or wherever the problem that I faced in my personal when I was a student, right? So I have seen that these many gaps I have been through. So that you should not be. So that is why I have prepared the slides so that you will be in a position both as a student and teacher, so that that gap should be minimized and everybody can. You as a teacher, you will be in a position to give good knowledge to the students, and students also can able to get the correct real-time concept so that they can able to appear to the interview. Then they can able to clear any kind of interviews, right? So this slide is very important because when we are in IT, nothing can go beyond any programming concept. You have to learn any programming knowledge. So what programming knowledge you should prefer and which programming knowledge is useful in which area. So I have there is a slide that I prepared. You can see that we can start with Python. So those who are students right here. So Python exactly where we can use it? Any idea? Clear syntax. So Python we are saying clean syntax. Why? Teachers also. What computer?
Scripting language for developing
Scripting language for developing. Okay. So let's say I'm comparing Python with Java. Let's say I'm comparing Python with Java. Now tell me where you are seeing that clear syntax or clean syntax. Exactly where it is.
in that case Java will
Give an example. You have to declare it. That is one example.
But to handle real-time API, Java is more prominent because
Because that is already developed.
developed.
Let's say what is the current weather in Kolkata. So that APIs are already developed. That is why easily you can able to face the details. But in Python, maybe in Python also nowadays that should be already there. But Java has a rich, wide range of APIs that is already developed. Okay. So yes.
Sir, we can have it's a wide variety of libraries are present in Python. We can use those like NumPy, Pandas.
Yeah. So where exactly we are using those things?
When you stuff, maybe we can use this library. For NumPy, we can use for mathematical
here based for data science AI/ML scripting with backend language. Okay, so your answer is also correct that we are not giving any kind of like declared any variable. So let's say actually it will be more into like program based. So those who are in electrical and mechanical, for them it would be like little difficult. So let's say there is a method. Okay, so the method should have a return type. A method should have a return type. Now in Java and Python, what would be the like difference? How can you differentiate it? So syntax wise, that is why in syntax I am saying. MCA students, I am expecting more from your end. Why in a method we need a return type? Can you give me an example? Real time example. Why in a method we need a return type? So when why as a programmer I will be writing a method which requires a return type, and when it won't need a return type, how we recognize this?
When you perform certain operations on some data and
Give me any real time example so that everybody can understand.
in a food processing factory after processing কিছু প্রসেসিং করার পরে কিছু প্রসেসিং করার পর যখন একটা ফুড প্রোডাক্ট পাচ্ছি
এটা প্রোগ্রামিং নলেজ দিয়ে কি করে ডিফাইন করব?
র ডেটা থেকে কিছু একটা ডিফাইন ডেটা নিচ্ছি
Okay. Okay. So I am presenting a real time example. There are many examples. Please.
Sir, real-time example can be in
Method
Java.
return type থাকবে কেন থাকবে?
In Java, let's we have an array. We need to sort that array. So there is a method called array.sort. So
এটার সাথে রিটার্ন টাইপের কোনো রিলেশন নেই।
return type না হলে আমি sorted array টা পাবো না।
ফর এক্সাম্পল আমরা কিছু ক্যালকুলেশন করছি অ্যাডিশন সাবট্রাকশন। ফর এক্সাম্পল আমরা সেম দুটো অপারেটরে কাজ করছি। ইন ফিউচার আমাদের হয়তো মডিউলাস বার করতে হবে। তো ইউজিং দ্যাট কোড স্নিপেট আমরা জাস্ট মানে অপারেশনসটাকে চেঞ্জ করে আমরা রিটার্ন টাইপটা সেম রেফারেন্সে পাঠিয়ে দিলে আমাদের হয়তো কাজটা অনেক ইজি হয়ে যাবে। রিউজেবিলিটি অফ দ্য কোডটা আমাদের এক্ষেত্রে বেড়ে যাচ্ছে।
স্যার আমরা যদি মডিউলে কাজ করি মানে সাব মডিউল
Return-
ইউজ করছি তখন
রিটার্ন টাইপ জিনিসটা মানে বুঝো তো রিটার্ন টাইপ কি জন্য ইউজ হয়? রিটার্ন সামথিং উই রাইট হ্যাঁ।
মেন ফাংশন
ওকে, সো ঠিক আছে, এটা বাংলাতে বলে তাহলে বুঝতে পারবে। আমরা যদি ব্যাংকে গেলে ব্যাংকের পাসবুকটা দিলে, ঠিক আছে, পাসবুকটা দিলে তো যে বসে আছে যে ব্যক্তি, দ্য পারসন হু ইজ সিটিং রাইট, সো বেসড অন ইওর ব্যাংক আইডি অর কি বলে ওটাকে, ব্যাংকের যে আইডি হ্যাঁ অ্যাকাউন্ট আইডি, সো তোমাকে বলছে ইওর ব্যালেন্স ইজ দিস। আমরা ডেফিনেটলি ইন এটিএম উই চেক ইট রাইট আওয়ার ব্যালেন্স, কিন্তু যারা বয়স্ক বা ওকে সো তারা ব্যাংকে যায় আর ব্যালেন্সটা দেখছে। এই কনসেপ্টটাকে ইউজ করে বলো তো যে এখানে আমি রিটার্ন টাইপটা কিভাবে ইউজ করব?
এখানে তো আইডিটাকে রিটার্ন করছি, আইডিটা প্রথমে নিচ্ছি, ফেচ করছি। তো আমি
আইডিটা তাহলে এখানে কি হচ্ছে?
আইডিটা অ্যাজ এ আর্গুমেন্ট পাস হচ্ছে,
হ্যাঁ, এটা প্যারামিটার
প্যারামিটার।
রাইট। সো হিয়ার অ্যাকচুয়ালি একটা ফাংশন লেখা থাকে, there is a function which accepts okay maybe as a double, এটা ডাবল হবে তো যদি বড় ব্যাংক অ্যাকাউন্ট নাম্বারটা as a double which accepts a double as a digit as your bank account number, then based on your account number it is fetching the database. তো মেথডের মধ্যে একটা ডেটাবেসকে হিট করবে, সো ডেটাবেসকে হিট করে ও কোন একটা পার্টিকুলার কলামে তোমার ব্যালেন্সটা আছে ওই ব্যালেন্সটাকে রিড করছে একটা স্ট্রিং এ, ঠিক আছে, তারপর ও নিচে রিটার্ন করে দিচ্ছে। তাহলে বুঝলে রিটার্নটা কোথায় আমি ব্যবহার করব? So now the developer who is developing that particular banking application, তো ওই ব্যাংকিং অ্যাপ্লিকেশনে সো ও একটা মেথড লিখবে, জাস্ট a small java method or python method which accepts your customer id or maybe bank passbook number as a parameter, and based on that parameter it will check for the current date and time what is your available balance which is showing in the current database or production database. Okay, based on that it will return actually. এবার তুমি যদি রিটার্ন না করো তাহলে ও দেখতে পারবে না অ্যাকচুয়ালি কত ব্যালেন্স আছে। তো এরকম দিস টাইপ অফ রিয়েল টাইম এক্সাম্পল ইউ হ্যাভ টু থিঙ্ক, ওকে, ওয়্যার লাইক ইন দ্য রিয়েল টাইম ইউ ক্যান লাইক রিটার্ন টাইপ যেটা বলছে যে রিটার্ন টাইপ কত ইউজ করা হয়। সন্ময় রাইট, রিটার্ন টাইপ is the difference between Java and JavaScript? What is the difference between Java and JavaScript? Tell me.
JavaScript basically we check, we use generally in case of validation check.
JavaScript validation check. To some extent it is correct, but validation can be done using any language. Any real-time application, Facebook. Okay, so Facebook, LinkedIn, this type of application they use JavaScript mostly a lot. So JavaScript also you can see that also it interact the like middle layer. So middle layer I have something middle layer concept. I think mostly those who are computer science background they must be knowing middle layer. So I'll come to that also. Java, C#, even I also never have worked on. I don't have much knowledge. Go and Python. What is the difference? When to use Go? When to use Python? No idea. Okay, so in our curriculum, what we have actually in like Polytechnic?
Python,
Python is there.
Java,
Python
C.
is there. Okay. So let them have some like when they do kind of like final year exam or assignment, right? Give them that you learn Rust and do some real time application implementation. Let's say there is a data in Excel sheet. Read that data through Rust. This type of program give it to them. Real time things. So that they can get to know how looping works, okay, how to print data, okay, what is parameter, what is argument, all those things they can get to know. Kotlin mostly mobile Android app we use, right? So there we use the Kotlin language. So what programming language we should choose? It totally depends on the client, customer, your knowledge base. Okay. So sometimes, like you said, right, we have rich Java APIs, right? So let's say somebody is developing a banking application. So in that case, they will not go for Python. They will go for Java because Java already has developed many things. So this is one thing. Second is, let's say experience resource constraint. Okay, let's say in Durgapur, at any point of time you can get people who knows Java, but you will not get people who knows Python. Maybe nowadays because of AI there is a hype. People are learning Python, but the Java craziness is more. So this is all about that. I wanted to just inform you that anywhere like in our IT also, you will be always like valuable in any IT company if you know programming language. Any programming language is fine. Okay, tomorrow if you go and give an interview in Amazon, right? So they will give you a concept. You implement the concept. It is not required that you have to know Java or you have to know Python or you have to know C#. Any language they will give you like opportunity that you just explain me the concept. Any language is fine. So programming language is like very important. So next point is cloud database. So cloud database, have you heard about cloud database? Anyone? Heard? What is cloud database?
Sir,
I think these things already Sumanta have explained, right? So, but in a different way. Okay, so MongoDB, okay, relational NoSQL databases. You can see that MongoDB relational database, and something is hosted in the cloud. Actually, the database. That's all. Okay, so like more flexible, okay, low cost, very powerful, very then speed and all. So all those things are associated with this. Okay. So Sumant already have explained, not explaining more because mostly it is theory. This is important. So I think have you used this? Git and GitHub. Everybody knows? Knows. What is Git?
it's a
Wait, MCA student, what is Git?
Version control system.
What it does?
Actually, it controls all.
Git is version control system. Okay. So actually, what is Git?
Navigate all the files and folders in your system.
version control is okay. Then so why we need a version controlling system?
For navigating or the mains directly to the all the directives.
No.
Navigating to different versions of
Other students, what is Git? Why we need Git?
Say it is a control system. Control system. Which is used to source or source.
So why? Okay. Any other answer? What is Git? Okay, I'll make everybody understand. So Git is a version controlling system. Okay. So what it actually does, it sync the code. Now try to understand how it sync the code. Let's say there is a project. There is a project, and in that project 10 people are working. Okay. Now let's say 11 people are coming tomorrow. Okay. One more person is going to join in the same project. Now 10 people have written different codes, right? Let's say I'm working on block A, you are working on block B, someone else is working on block C. Like that, different people are working on different blocks. Now 11 people when coming to that particular project and joining, which block he will take and from where that person is going to start his or her work.
New block will be created for him.
New block, but that block should be interlinked, right?
But
So
it will be entered with the master branch.
So that you know, that is why you are able to answer it. So what happens? So 10 people are working, right? So in that 10 people there is a lead master, okay, or architect. So what is the primary job of that architect? On a daily basis, what these 9 people have done their job, right? They have to commit their code. Commit means what in my local whatever code I have to keep my code in some cloud. That this is a cloud, right? That is why everything is linked with the cloud. So then I will come to GitHub. So then what happens? Tomorrow the 11th person who is going to join in that project, right, can get the latest build code where which code or everybody is already having in their machines, so that there should not be any gap or there should not be any mismatch in the code. Clear? Okay, so I think it is not readable, right? Git and GitHub. So Git is a software. Okay. So once we install the software, that software can help you to write some command. So I'll show you that in using that command, what we can do, we can able to push the code to the main branch or any particular personal branch, and also we can able to pull the latest code also. So all those command and all those things are being used through Git. Now what is GitHub?
It's a platform.
So what type of platform? GitHub?
Repository
So
of
cloud platform. So it's a cloud orientation, right? So that is why I thought better use this actually, the cloud platform, right? Now I'm showing you that exactly how GitHub works. See, this is a cloud platform. Now everybody open your mobile, or I mean whoever is interested, you open your mobile, open Chrome browser and write this github.com/emroy-github and see, you can able to see my repo or not. So MCA students, if you are interested to do any project, right? Here I have almost 30 projects. You can take any project and you can do R&D on this.
Control plus.
Okay.
github.com/emroy-github.
github.com/emroy-github. Emroy, M-R-O-Y, GitHub. able to see? No? github.com/MROYGITHUB. What you are saying? MROY GitHub. Are coming? Yes, it is coming. So this cloud, why this cloud platform I thought of showing you, because this cloud platform anyone can use and it's open source. So electrical, mechanical, civil, any department can also able to use it. So if you have hundreds of phasor diagrams from electrical, right? So you can keep all those diagrams and you can share it to the students. Or let's say you have some exam that you want to take, right? So you can keep all those things here and you can share it to students. Also, so it is a so here we have something called main branch and there are called many sub branches. So in the sub branch means all the students can also have the like access privilege to this particular Git and they can also access it. They can access your code or your notes, and also you can able to see what they are doing on a like daily basis, or if they upload anything, if you want to check that all those things can be done through this. Okay, a very limited knowledge of like is required. So if you can Google it, or if in ChatGPT also if you ask that how to put the, so all those things are there actually. Okay, so just you have to little bit know how to use the things, and you will be in a position to like help the students and also keep your notes and see. You can say that I can keep the notes in the Google Drive also. So Google Drive means you also, again you have to give access. But here anyone can see, okay, definitely you are not going to upload your bank account number or password, right? So here something is for something learning. So others can also able to see that. So here let's say I am creating a, okay, now the question is how can you get it, right? So if you type github.com, okay, it's a cloud platform and it's open source. Okay, so there are two things. One is if you make it private, you have to pay. Okay, if you want to make it private, so let's say this is not only I am using or any company. So when let's say a banking domain is using this particular platform, so definitely all those are private because their code base are secure, right? So they cannot make it open. So the moment you will make it close, you have to pay. And okay, and once it is open, that means it is no pay. Yeah, anyone can ever use it. Now the question is, how can you open this account? Just github.com you type in your computer and you can actually create an account. Just create an account the way you create account in Facebook, Twitter. The same you can only create an account. Now I will show you that how can you create a project. So how to create a project in here or repository, new repository in GitHub. How can I create a new repository? Have you done it? How?
So in manually we can go to the repository and create a new project.
Okay.
Or if you are using the VS Code, so from that
from there how can you create a project here?
from VS Code.
So first you have to at least create a repository here, right?
Yes.
So repository, see here actually there is a plus sign, right? So like in Facebook you upload images, right? So similarly here also if you click on here and you can able to create a new repository. So I am creating a new repository. Let's say I am giving name as BC Polytechnic. Repository name. This is the repository name, right? Let's say BC Roy _POLY. Okay, and you can see it's a because duplicate name you cannot use. That is why the unique name you have to use it. So and you can see here it is a public. So this is what I was telling you, that the moment if you change public to private, you have to pay. Okay, it will become secured actually. Okay, so when it is public, then create a repository. Yeah. So this is the initial stage of the repository. Okay, now this is the command I told you, right? So you need not to learn many things to in order to use GitHub actually. Okay, or this kind of cloud platform. So basic knowledge and all the commands are also present here also. So you can easily use it. Okay, for your Git purpose. Now I will show you that how can we create something in the local and we can push it to the Git so that in this classroom everyone can able to use it. So who can help me to do this? Any student? Let's say I have a notepad and in the notepad there is some notes. Okay. So that note I am to push it to this particular repository. How can I do it?
Using git commands or just on the
Using Git command, you tell me how can I do it? The Git commands are already there, right? Just copy paste. But how? What would be the steps? Tell me, there is a notepad in my local, and in the notepad some notes are there. Okay, so let me show you. So let's say the electrical department they have some notes. Okay, so I am creating a new folder and giving name as BCRAC. Now I'm going inside it and I'm creating a new notepad. Okay, and this is the notepad, and let's say it is electrical. Okay, now open it. Okay. what I have done, I created a folder called PCREC, and inside it I created a notepad, okay, and it is written electrical. So in this electrical, let's say I am writing any notes, okay, any notes. Now something ABCD I am writing, I am saving it, okay. So this is the notes I have. Now this notes is in my local, right? How can I make it in cloud? Through GitHub, right? Now tell me, how can I do it? So how can I push this notepad there?
through command में से क्या मैंने
Through command. How can I open? How to start with the command? Very good. So first select the. So you tell. So see CMD I am writing. Enter. So command prompt is open now. Here what you can do.
But initially we need to install. Initially we need to install. Initially we need to install.
Yeah. Initially you need to install Git. Okay. So you need to download Git. Okay. Otherwise the Git command it will not work. So after that you can see that here all the commands are already written. Okay, so just a minute. Yeah, so these commands are already written. So you need to copy the command one by one and you need to paste it. So I am copying the command. Git init is written, right? So copy this command and here just paste it. So this will initialize the local Git actually, right? So then just copy and paste one by one. It should work. Git add, you can write the, here it is written, you can see that readme file it is creating that readme file, right? But here if you just type dot, it will add everything. Okay, so then you have to commit it. So you need not to remember anything. The commands are already written. So just you can copy and paste the command. Just a minute. So see, I just use the command and now my code is here, or the node, my node, electrical nodes is here, and it is electrical.txt. See, now can you go to this URL and check you can able to see the nodes or not? Just open github.com/mroy/bcroy_poly. The URL, let me keep it in a notepad and yeah, now you can see the URL, right? Type it and check you can able to see the notepads or not. So whatever Sumanda explained, okay, so this is like practical implementation of the same. Okay, so now now let's say I have written some code in the practical real-time industry. Okay, so my code should not be in my local. So the moment I have developed the code, right? I should push the code in the GitHub so that everyone can see my code and can able to do or edit the code as per the concept what maybe I implemented, or he wants to see my concept based on that. So that is why cloud platform is very important, and at any like point of time, whichever things we develop, like we use a lot actually, okay, everywhere. So that is why I can see that here you are also using, right? So you have Git and GitHub in your course curriculum, right? They know it. No? Okay. So in project part, any,
Why is it more encouraged to use command program than just doing it from the browser? Why is it more encouraged to use command rather than just using the browser?
so without command, then how can you interact actually? Yeah, manually also you can able to upload the file. That you can do it. So not getting easy. So command is, let's say if there is some change in this electrical.txt file. So how do you get to know? How do you get to know if there is some change in this electrical.txt? Last modified. Okay. So how then what is the command to get the status? Git status. If you do some modification, right? So let's say I can show you. So here if I type something, let's say I am typing. Okay. Here I am typing git status. It will say nothing to commit. See, on main branch. Okay, nothing to commit. Okay, so marking tree is clean. There is no change. Now the moment if I do some changes, right? So let's say I am changing it. Where is the file? Here is the file. So I am opening and changing it. And ABCDE. So one more note I am adding. So Control S. Okay. Now you can open the command prompt. Here you type git status. See, modified electrical.txt. But last time same command I used. Okay, git status. It said nothing to commit. There is no change in the file. But the moment I added ABCD then E, just one character I added, and because of that it understood that there is some modification, that is a modified electrical.txt. Okay, so we use a lot in the industry Git. Okay, Git and GitHub everywhere. Okay. So now next point is how can I push this change? Git push. Git add dot. Yes. So you have to add this file, then you have to commit it, send, then again you have to push the code. That's all. So this is one practical example that it is not only that like computer science or IT or maybe AIML, whoever are here can use it. Anyone can able to use it. Okay. So for to keep your notes, to interact with the students, you can upload your notes. Students can able to read your notes. Okay. Wherever you need it, you can able to use it. Any question? So in GitHub is a cloud platform which is open source. You can able to create an account. It's like Facebook, Twitter. Okay, it's open source. Next is you have to install a software. So you can see that in this command prompt, git is the first time that I am using. See, first time any git command I am using git. So this git, it will not recognize until or unless you install git software in your machine. So now next point is where to get this git software. In Google you type download git. So you can easily it can show you that where to go and download. So there is a git website. You can able to download it. So if you want, I can show you that. Download git. Okay. See. Yeah. Click on download window button. That's all. It will download it, and it's a exe file. So you know how to install any exe file. Just double click on it. It will get downloaded. And it will get installed. Clear? Git bash, I mean explicitly we use for the git command. Okay, so let's say here I have I am doing the git command in command prompt, right? Instead of command prompt, I can use git bash also. So git bash is only for git command. It is designed. You can able to do it. Okay. very important and very interesting. I don't know whether you heard about this term or not. That is called Kafka. Heard? Heard. Others, I think electrical mechanical no, right? But every day you are using it. Every day you are using it. The moment I will present an example, you will get to know that yes, I am using it, but I don't know. Okay, where it is. If you see the picture, you will get to know. So, have you placed an order, pizza order? Right? You have given, right? Pizza Hut, Domino's pizza order. तो पिज्जा ऑर्डर देने के बाद वो लिखा रहता है ना कि 20 मिनट्स में आपका पिज्जा डिलीवर हो जाएगा. Then 20 minutes, 18 minutes, 15 minutes. Then when it is 10 minutes, then bike started. Okay, at your door. So what is this? That is called real-time data tracking through cloud. Cloud का कंटेंट है ना, तो cloud में real-time data कैसे track करके आता है आपके पास? Okay, so that is Kafka does. ठीक है? तो Kafka क्या करते हैं? So whenever some order you placed, okay, so there is a system. So that system, from that system it collects that for exactly for you as a like they have like individual member ID, right? So in any whether it's Amazon or Pizza Hut or any like what is it? These restaurant websites, right? So as a with you as a member ID and for on that particular date and time, what it does, it tracks the order. Okay, and who does it? See, Apache Kafka is a powerful open source platform designed to real-time data streaming. So whichever real-time things are happening, not only in like a pizza order, even in Amazon you are placing an order. See, it says right in Mumbai shipping is done, then tomorrow Kolkata it is coming. All those things are called real-time data tracking, which are done by Kafka. So that is why now the point is that why here you can see the Kafka streaming process. So from different apps, Kafka clusters, it absorbs the information and it streams to the connectors. See, connectors are through DB definitely everywhere DB is there, database is there. Okay, to the consumer. So we are the consumer. Okay, so consumer it delivers the data. So like cloud platforms or cloud implementation it is there, but like we also should have to know that who are helping us, okay, in order to see those cloud platforms. Cloud platforms are there, okay, but we should know something where at least we can able to get to give some idea to someone that yes, I know cloud platform. Through what? Through like this Kafka, through GitHub. Okay, so these are the real-time implementation and real-time like streaming that is happening on a daily basis, but you don't know. It is happening, right? But you don't know. But who is actually doing this? Kafka. Now, how it will help to the students? So, if you use this kind of term in the interview, definitely it will help you a lot. Okay. So, for loop, while loop, everybody will share, right? But how are you presenting yourself in a different way? That makes a lot. That will give you some extra added advantage in the interview. You say they will not, even the interview also don't know Kafka much. But you say yes, I know apart from this like C, Java, Python, I know some real-time data tracking that is called Kafka concept. So for Kafka concept, you go through some YouTube videos, 1 hour, 2 hours of videos. Even 10 minutes of video go through and see. You make him understand, whoever is coming to take your interview, that this is Kafka and this is the concept that I know. I'm sure that if 100 people are going there and give interview, maybe only you or 2-3 people know Kafka, others know not. And that can help you to crack the interview. So here see real-time analyzer, then event handle millions of data per second. Okay, many data are going here and there, right? So it can streamline that data and it can present. This is also very important. Have you heard this term? Splunk. What is Splunk? it is also helps in the cloud platform. Suddenly you get a message, right? That I hope nobody should get this type of message that there is a debit card transaction that happened with your debit card and 5,000 rupees is gone. So that's Splunk does. Okay. So if there is something, what happens if there is something like some incident happens and which a system assume it is uncertain. Let's say that you have a bank account and mostly you don't do much transaction through that bank account, very less. This one you are taking picture. I think these slides are already shared, right? No need to take picture. So yeah. So what I wanted to say, let's say you have a bank account and you don't do much transaction through that bank account. And even if you are doing, let's say you are purchasing some 20, 30 rupees or 50 or 100 rupees or some transaction is happening on a daily basis. So those on a like daily basis for a particular customer, each and every data are being tracked by Splunk. Now suddenly through that account, if you do, let's say 50,000 rupees of transaction, then immediately Splunk can understand there is some fraud transaction must have happened through this bank account and it will trigger a message to your mobile number. Okay, so thousands of data and all those things are happening through same cloud. So any suspicious transaction, suspicious incident if happens, okay, so in that case, even though in Google Map if you see, let's say in India, if you have good driving experience and you use Google Map and let's say there is some car already in a garage mode, maybe after 2-3 kilometers, then Splunk can easily detect and it can tell you that there is something, some hazardous is there, okay, ahead of 2 kilometers or 3 kilometers. So those kind of like suspicious detection are being run, like picked up by Splunk and it present. This is one task. There is one more task it does. Any kind of machine generated data. Let's say you have a manager. Okay. So what Splunk does, let's say through Howrah station, there are like thousands of trains are like going, right? Coming, going, right? So it is picking some customer data. So machine generated data is getting generated, right? Now, who is the station manager? Or let's say there is someone at the top level of Howrah station wants to see some graph that in which route most of the passengers are going, so that I can afford one more train or let's say local train, and from where it is coming, so that I can afford that particular time. Okay, so Splunk can help that particular station manager and it can prepare a chart. You can see there is some chart, right? It can pick those data, each and every digits and data. Okay, let's say last 6 months of data it can easily collect and it can generate a graph that and can tell to the station master that let's say from Howrah to let's say Bardhaman, okay, most of the local trains are, most of the passengers are coming or going. Just giving an example. Or let's say Howrah to Bengal, okay, so that they can afford an extra train. So this is how actually IT or software is helping, okay, on a daily basis through cloud. Okay, if somebody is there in the industry, like we are already in the industry, that is why we get to know those things. Okay, if not, then definitely as a teacher, you know the term. Okay, you get the basics of this, and as a student, I will say that definitely you should know. Okay, as a student, definitely you should know, so that this kind of term can make you different. Let's say there is a full campus is happening, you are going to attend the interview, and many other colleges are also, students are coming, right? So how can you make yourself different? Okay, for that you have to know this kind of term. I'm sure that if you use this kind of okay, I'm giving one and telling you one incident. My younger brother is also in IT. Okay, so I was in Cognizant. So that time also he attended. He's also from BCI college. Okay, and he attended off campus drive. It was off campus drive in Cognizant. So I told him that if you go and if you tell that I know C, Java, this, that, definitely it will not help you. You have to tell something different. So last 1 month he prepared something that really we work on the practical started telling those terms to the person who came for his interview, right, he got surprised that how this person got to know this thing. Then he said that my already elder mother is in cognizant. Okay, then without asking any question, I mean they select him. Okay, so that is why you know some special term or special things. Okay, that is okay. I know AIML. Everybody is knowing AIML. Okay, so know those terms so that you can differentiate yourself. इंडिया में बहुत क्राउड है ना, तो आपको डिफरेंशिएट करना पड़ेगा आपको, कोई चारा नहीं, ठीक है. So Splunk, am I able to clear exactly?
Different. Is this a similar between Power BI and Tableau? Splunk?
Power BI
Data visualization is also there.
বলতে পারো এগুলো এগুলোর জন্য স্পেশাল ডেভেলপার হয়. ইভেন আমরাও we also have very limited like knowledge on this. Splunk itself is a different, like I am Splunk architect.
Is it a it is not a actually programming language, it is an application?
Application, but you should know some scripting language, so that scripting language can read the data. Okay, so that programming language the Splunk should support. Okay, I think they support multiple languages. Okay, so it should support, and mostly from database they pick the data. যা কাজ করে যে কত ট্রেন যাচ্ছে আসছে সব তো ডেটাবেসে স্টোর হয়, তো মেইনলি ইট হ্যাজ অ্যাক্সেস টু দ্য ডেটাবেস. তো এরা ডেটা থেকে কোয়েরি, মেইনলি কোয়েরি ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ অ্যাকচুয়ালি, কোয়েরি নিয়ে এরা ডেটা রিড করবে অ্যান্ড বেসড অন দ্যাট ডেটা এটা গ্রাফ তৈরি করবে, আর কিছু না. ঠিক আছে
স্যার, আরেকটা কোশ্চেন বলছি, অনেক সময় কি হয় কন্টিনিউ মেসেজ আসতে থাকে, বিভিন্ন মেসেজ
সস প্ল্যান করে
ওটা কি কেউ পার্সোনালি করে না অটোমেটিক?
ও আচ্ছা, ওইগুলো তো মানে ওগুলো স্মার্টের সাথে কোনো লিঙ্ক নেই, ওটা ফ্রড মেসেজ বলতে তো
ওটিপি
হ্যাঁ
কন্টিনিউ আসতে থাকে 1 ঘন্টা 2 ঘন্টা।
না ওগুলো ডিফারেন্ট, দ্যাট ইজ ডিফারেন্ট, ওগুলো আলাদা. ওগুলো তো যারা হ্যাকার তারা পাঠায়, হ্যাঁ ইন্টেনশনালি ওরা মেসেজ ইয়ে করে ওরা পাঠায়. তো কাফকা হচ্ছে একটা জিনিস, আর যেটা যে রিয়েল টাইম ডেটা ট্র্যাক করছে ক্লাউড থ্রু ক্লাউড, অ্যান্ড স্প্লাঙ্ক হচ্ছে একটা জিনিস রিয়েল টাইম ডেটা ট্র্যাক করছে. এটা অনেকটা ইউজ টার্ম জেনকিন্স. হোয়াট ইজ জেনকিন্স? আমরা খুবই ইউজ করি ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে জেনকিন্স. আমরা যেটা ইউজ করি সেটা আমি প্রেজেন্ট করছি, ঠিক আছে? এটাও কিন্তু একটা ক্লাউড কাইন্ড অফ, ঠিক আছে? তো হোয়াট ইজ জেনকিন্স?
ওয়ার্কফ্লোকে মেইনটেইন করার জন্য
ওয়ার্কফ্লোকে মেইনটেইন করার জন্য কি ওয়ার্কফ্লো?
মানে স্পেসিফিকলি আজকে টার্গেট সেট করা হলো, এই ডেটা করা হবে, তাকে অ্যাসাইন করা হচ্ছে, সেগুলো তো
এনি আদার অ্যান্সার? তোমরা শুনো না আইটিসিএস জেনকিন্স শুনো, এটা build tool actually, a build tool. Students, any answer? What is Jenkins? No idea? तो माने easy language में Jenkins is a highly configured machine. Jenkins is a highly configured machine. ठीक है? तो what exactly it does? Let's say the machine is configured in some other country. Let's say in USA, the machine, that highly configured cloud, it's a cloud machine. Cloud machine is configured. Now that machine can be accessible. Okay, that machine can be accessible through Jenkins. Okay, so let's take an example that a developer, जो लोग develop करते हैं developer, they have designed something and they want to build it. तो वो लोग build कहाँ करेगा? Where they will build that code actually, code. वो तो build करने के बाद ही हम लोग के पास आता है, right? हम लोग SBI.com खोल रहे हैं. What is that? That is production build that we see, right, in the real time environment. तो वो build कहाँ करता है? Where they build it? Everybody they build it in Jenkins. और भी है, इसका कंप्यूटर में भी some use Jenkins, some use अभी नया नया कुछ आया है. तो जैसे Git का कंप्यूटर है बम्बू एक Git का, तो इसका भी है. तो Jenkins में वो लोग build करते हैं. Now why it is important? Why it is important? सब कुछ क्लाउड में इसलिए करते हैं so that anyone can read it, anyone any deployment or any real-time code, if I want to deploy it, mostly we deploy it on top of Jenkins. Like electrical में तो हम लोग का जो knowledge है वो एक machine बनाते हैं, right? So let's say in the grid we are doing something in the real time. But here what we do, we can do on top of the real time, right? So the real time we can do, there should be some platform, and Jenkins is also a kind of cloud platform. On top of it we do the real time deployment. Let me show you. I have it. How to use it is not required. Just a minute, because it is not useful for all. So how to start a Jenkins? So you have to start the Jenkins server first. Okay. So the server, let's say in USA the Jenkins machine is there. So the admin team is responsible to start the server. So here my system is the highly configured machine, and this is called the local Jenkins actually, and this is also a Jenkins. Understood? So Jenkins is nothing but a highly configured machine. Machine means laptop. Okay. Machine means laptop. So you can see Jenkins is fully up and running, right? So this is how in USA any admin can able to up the Jenkins machine. So now what we can do? Now we can able to open the URL and we can write the localhost. See localhost 8080. So you can see after some time the Jenkins machine. Yeah. So this is called the Jenkins. It's written Jenkins, right? So this is called the Jenkins platform. So here we can push the, we can get the code from Git, we can able to build the code, we can able to deploy the code. Okay. So all those things can be done in this particular platform. Docker is different. Docker হচ্ছে containerization. Docker কি? Exactly. So Jenkins এর সাথে Docker রিলেশন আছে. So মনে করো একটা সিস্টেম আছে, ঠিক আছে? তো একটা সিস্টেমকে আমি ইন্ডিয়া থেকে অ্যাক্সেস করছি থ্রু জেনকিন্স, তুমি মনে করো অস্ট্রেলিয়া থেকে অ্যাক্সেস করছো, মনে করো ইন্ডিয়া থেকে আমি কলকাতা থেকে অ্যাক্সেস করছি ওই জেনকিন্স মেশিনটাকে, আবার মনে করো ওই একই ব্যাংক অফ আমেরিকা তুমি ব্যাঙ্গালোরে কাজ করছো, তুমি অ্যাক্সেস করছো জেনকিন্স মেশিনটা, সব আমার একই টিমে। Now multiple people when are accessing the same Jenkins machine, তো একটা প্রবলেম ক্রিয়েট করতে পারে, it can create a problem or noise. So in order to avoid that noise, Docker comes into picture. ও কি করবে, ওই সিস্টেমের মধ্যে ছোট ছোট সিস্টেম বানিয়ে দেবে। In that case you are accessing part of that machine through Docker. বাস এটাই কনসেপ্ট। Okay, so in IT actually there is a stream called DevOps. Anyone heard about this term DevOps? শুনেছো? DevOps শুনেছো? So mainly DevOps engineers use Docker, Git, Jenkins, Kubernetes. Okay, so these terms are associated with them. So what is their job? DevOps engineer, highly paid job, because DevOps cannot be learned in home. DevOps Java শিখতে পারো, Java you can learn it in home, Python you can learn it in home, but DevOps you cannot learn. DevOps শেখার জন্য তোমাকে ইন্ডাস্ট্রির মধ্যে কাজ করতে হবে। That is why DevOps is highly paid job. Deployment, only deployment maintain করে, আর কিছু ওরা না, ওদের এত কোডিং নলেজও থাকে না, but they know different tools. They know different tools. আমার সেশন একটু কম্পিউটারটা বেশি হয়ে যাচ্ছে নাকি? ঠিক আছে। concept what is called cloud device. Cloud device क्या होता है? Cloud device हाँ? remote device
ক্লাউডে অনেকগুলো অপারেটিং সিস্টেম লিখেছি, মানে ইনক্লুডিং আমার যা যা আমার যে অ্যাপ থাকে আমি অ্যাপে রাখছি, আমি আমার লিনাক্স লাগছি, আমি সেগুলো সব কিছু অ্যাক্সেস করছি, বাট ইন সেম স্টোরেজ সেম র্যাম ইউজ করছি, কিন্তু ডিফারেন্ট আমার অপারেটিং সিস্টেম রয়েছে, ডিফারেন্ট অ্যাপ্লিকেশনস রয়েছে আমার।
So who will provide your cloud device? So here how many browsers we have? Firefox, Chrome, Safari, I think Opera. So all browsers we have it, right? Now let's say, and there are different versions. Now let's say developer developed any code base, ठीक है? ये Amazon का latest जो version जो Amazon.in हमारा access कर रहे हैं, हम लोग access कर रहे हैं Amazon.in. Now let's say that Amazon.in is working fine in Opera or not. How do you know? How do you know? Testing, right? So in that case, what they use the cloud browser or cloud device. Okay. So there are companies who provide this kind of cloud browsers or cloud devices with multiple versions. At any point of time, okay, you can reach out to them, but definitely all these are paid version. So as this is a cloud orientation, that is why anything which we practically use in terms of cloud, so those things I am just explaining. So cloud device means even mobile also. So let's say I developed a mobile app, and that particular mobile app is working fine in let's say Samsung device, or let's say some other device, Android devices. So how many devices then I need it? It is not possible, right? In that case, what do you do? These companies, they mainly provide the platforms, and they purchase all these devices, and they give you in terms of cloud or through cloud. So anything which you are accessing, any device through cloud, okay, where it is real device actually, real device, which is hosted in some other country. Even in India also, maybe some small startup can host the real device, cloud device, and you can able to access it. Definitely you need to pay for the same.
এটা কি কোনো অ্যাপ্লিকেশন আছে? মানে
Which one? Browser Stacks First Lab, is a company. So just contact to them that I need, I'll be using some devices. Okay, so cloud devices or cloud browsers. Okay, so based on the how many licenses you will be taking, you need to pay to them and you can get it. So industrial automation, how works? Okay, any idea? Industrial automation in IT, definitely not in code, because I do not have an idea. So it is not readable, right? Okay, let me give you an example. You learn. Let's say I am opening website. What is your college website? BC Law Engineering College, right? So anything, whether it's a Polytechnic. So both are same URL used or different? So let's say anything is fine. So I'm opening PCR. It is a BTech URL. Okay, fine. So let's say this URL in real time industry, what happens? Even for MC also, you can do a project like this. So I'm explaining a project. Let's say sometimes developer what they ask that in this particular page, how many links we have? Can you give me a list of links which is present in this website? How can you think of giving all the link details to the developer or any person? Let's say in college itself, someone is asking you that in this particular page, just in the home page, all links I need it in a notepad. How can you give it?
মানে পোস্ট হচ্ছে, পোস্টিং হচ্ছে, সেখান থেকে কিছু কিছু
सब लिंक गुलो हर एक लिंक think about any automation or automation tool? No idea? There are many tools actually, Catalan Studio, then Selenium, Selendroid. There are many tools. Any one tool you can use it and you can do it. Think about any idea.
Selenium তো নাম শুনেছি কিন্তু ইউজ করি
দেখাবো? Interested?
ফুললি
Huh?
ফুললি
Fully. Okay. See, I'm just using one tool called. There are many tools. I am just using any one of it. Okay. To read all this URL and create a notepad document. So this is the website. Okay. So and this is the latest version 4.34. You have to download Selenium. So this is the latest version that you have to download. Okay. So once you download, it will be there in the download folder. Okay. So in the download folder, see I already have downloaded. So this is the download folder. Okay. Now next what you have to do? Okay. I already have IntelliJ open. BCRS is the package name. So I am creating a new class file. Print, let's say, links.
পেরেন্টসের, তারপরে জুম আইডি। অল্ট শিফট প্লাস। অল্ট শিফট প্লাস।
आगे कंट्रोल ए को
না,
ना
অল্ট প্লাস শিফট প্লাস।
So okay, running this program, then I will explain. See, this code is running. Then it will launch the DCRC application. Then it will maximize it, the browser. So in the real-time industry, we do all this automation. Okay. Yeah. Now see, if I do alt tab, right? See all the links or link them. Yeah, link name is coming, right? See, the link name is there, and also if you want the actually href value, right? Okay, so running it one more time. Yeah, so here you can see the program is running, and it will print all the href values and the link name one by one. Okay, so I think it is loading the page by using just 10 lines of program. But the problem is that where to start and how do I know that which tool to go and use it, right? So that is see, all the link name and all the and its corresponding href values, it is getting printed, right? So this is how in the industry we use automation. Okay, now next point is, how can I create a notepad document with this list? Any idea? So MCA, you can you do a project like this? Open any website using Selenium, capture all the links in the home page, and create a HTML document. Not even a notepad. Notepad is very easy, right? Through Java, you can easily able to interact with any notepad document, and you can do it, right? You create one HTML document. How to create one HTML document using Java? How to create one HTML document using Java? JSP. उतना जानने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, सिंपल में बोलो ना। एक HTML टेबल का कितना पार्ट होता है? What is TR? What is TD? Table row TD and table header TH. तो टेबल हेडर को अलग रखो, टेबल फुटर को अलग रखो। तो बॉडी में तुमको सिर्फ स्ट्रिंग को अपेंड करना पड़ेगा। point is, what is the difference between string builder and string buffer? इंटरव्यू में बहुत पूछते हैं ये क्वेश्चंस. What is the difference between string builder and string buffer? Here I have to use string builder to append it actually. No idea. String immutable है कि check in Google. Okay, skipping couple of slides. Can anyone explain in the real-time application how many layers are there? कितना layer होता है real time application में? कोई भी application ले लो, any application. How many layers are there?
3 layer,
3 layers. Very good. Fill.
input layer and
Input layer. Input layer क्या होता है?
input लेना ये होता है.
What you are seeing. तो Facebook का input layer क्या है? जो app है, right? That is called input layer or UI layer actually बोलते हैं. User interface layer. What is the next layer?
Logical,
Huh?
logical layer,
Middle layer. API layer, right? API layer. What is the third layer? Backend. Backend क्या होता है?
all the logics and the
Database. Backend मतलब database है. Database, right? Now next question ये है कि in Chrome browser हम लोग open कर रहे हैं, right? तो Chrome browser में we are typing google.com, right? क्या आता है? Google home page आता है, right? Why Google home page is coming? Who can answer it?
the API hit করছে তো by default
API hit করছে, right? কিভাবে বুঝতে পারছি API hit করছে?
আমরা লিখছি কিওয়ার্ডটা
হ্যাঁ।
কিওয়ার্ডটাকে ও fetch
ব্রাউজারে দেখেছো কোনদিন API টা hit
inspect করে দেখা যাচ্ছে
इंस्पेक्ट कर देखा एक्चुअली. हैव यू सीन दिस? क्रोम को इंस्पेक्ट करके देखो, उसका नेटवर्क टैब में जाओ, ठीक है? ये इंडस्ट्री का 4-5 साल का एक्सपीरियंस का भी ये लोग नहीं बोल सकते कि एक्चुअली क्या होता है. सो व्हेन यू आर टाइपिंग google.com and hitting enter button, right? What it does, it hits the get call, ठीक है? google.com का जो get call है वो API को हिट करता है. तो वो हिट करने के बाद वो एक रेस्पॉन्स सेंड करेगा. अगर स्टेटस कोड पता है ना, स्टेटस कोड की स्टेटस कोड है जो कि আমরা গুগল পেজে দেখতে পাই,
তাহলে তো सक्सेसफुली 1 चला আসে
1 का 200 200 अगर सक्सेस कोड होता है, then it returns the proper response. और रेस्पॉन्स कैसे आता है? व्हाट इज दैट रेस्पॉन्स? वो रेस्पॉन्स स्ट्रिंग है एक्चुअली. वो स्ट्रिंग को हम लोग .html में जब देखेंगे तो वही एक्चुअली गूगल होम पेज है. जो भी हम लोग करते हैं सब API है. API में कितना ये है, मतलब हाउ मेनी कॉल्स आते हैं, एनी आइडिया? किसी को पता है? थोड़ा कंप्यूटर थोड़ा सिविल थोड़ा बहुत ऑटो कैड कॉल আছে API
ডেট আছে
Date আছে।
পোস্ট ডিলিট
get post put
patch
batch delete. ठीक है, तो let's assume OBSEC side today is going to take a new credit card. ठीक है, he is applying for a new credit card. तो ये क्या कॉल है? get. if post then why? post क्या?
আমরা তো রিকোয়ারমেন্ট আমি পাঠাচ্ছি আমার লাগবে
So yes, always remember any new means post. जो पहली बार कर रहे हैं वो पोस्ट है. तो फर्स्ट टाइम अप्लाई फॉर ए क्रेडिट कार्ड, राइट? तो इट्स अ पोस्ट कॉल. ठीक है, तो सब इन्फॉर्मेशन change the mobile number, तो ये क्या कॉल होगा? Put, change. If you modify something, that is called put, right? Now after a couple of days, let's say credit card is successful and कोई reference number है, right? Now if it is successful, how can he get to know? Then get call, right? Or if he doesn't want to take the, and let's say he doesn't want to have this credit card, so वो cancel करना चाहते हैं, then it will get delete. That's all. Post, get, put, delete. ये है flow. Backend API, middle layer. Patch is also kind of edit. Patch is a small section edit. जब अगर मैं सिर्फ वो पार्ट को JSON का देंगे, ठीक है, सिर्फ मोबाइल नंबर का जो सेक्शन है, then it will become a patch. अगर पूरा बॉडी को दे देंगे, when you are going to modify something, then it will become sorry, put or patch are the difference. Both are edit actually. तो हम लोग फेसबुक में लॉगिन कर रहे, लॉगिन सक्सेसफुल नहीं हुआ, तो ये कौन डिसाइड करता है कि हुआ कि नहीं हुआ, एंड हाउ इट वर्क्स एक्चुअली? Middleware. So from UI it is receiving the data. So where data is, who is transferring the data and where it is getting transferred? So API it is taking the data and it is where it is validating that your username and password is correct or not? Database. Okay, so it is hitting the query with your username, and based on the username it will retrieve the password. If that password matches with the password what you have given, it is success 200, then you can able to, it will allow you to go to the welcome page. Else no. So in computer science department, anyone is learning mobile app development, how to develop mobile app? You teach? No?
Specific issue. Curriculum में कुछ specific issue.
कहाँ develop होता है mobile app? What is the platform or ID? Android Studio, exactly. Android Studio definitely to use, I don't know कि college का laptop इतना fast है, is it fast or slow?
Okay.
Okay, I think Android Studio will be very slow because it's a huge memory to consume. ठीक है, बहुत बड़ा memory चाहिए तभी Android Studio. Android Studio, you can see here, you can see that first picture is Android Studio. Okay, and any app what you are using in the mobile, right? So all those apps are like developed in the Android Studio. Okay, so Android Studio using Kotlin or Java programming language. So whichever is in like iPhone, so that is developed in Xcode with Swift programming language. ठीक है, ये थोड़ा छोटा टर्म थोड़ा देख के रखो. Okay, it will be useful for you. AI and ChatGPT, I think Sumanga already explained that just use AI, ChatGPT, any questions if you have, it can able to solve it. Performance. Any idea what is called performance? Do you teach performance? Computer science department. What is called performance?
So not performance, actually I was having a question on previous slide. React Native is
React Native also, yes. Through React Native also you can able to create like
which is
Cross-over platform. Cross-over.
yeah, cross platform. Yeah, that works as a cross platform, right?
so if Android Studio is right from root
And
option.
yeah, Android Studio, I think for Android Studio you need rich knowledge, high knowledge. Okay, and Kotlin if you use as a programming language, then it will be good. Yeah. Okay, but React Native is more beneficial if you want to use it to cross platform like yes. অনেক কিছু আছে লোকে মানে কত মনে রাখা আছে. So what is called application performance? So in IRCTC application for Topkal booking, okay, So I think most of you have this experience that application in hand, right? So for that, what type of testing is required? Tell me. So any popular train, let's say Coromandel Express, hundreds of people are going for treatment in Apollo Hospital, right? So for them, what they do, they book ticket in Coromandel Express, right? I have that experience. So the moment if you log in, or let's say you book some seats and all, and if you have entered the name, that's all. The application is not working. So for that we need huge, I mean load testing and performance testing. The application is really behaving or not. So for that, how in the real-time industry, how it works, we intentionally create multiple threads where each thread behaves as an individual user. Okay, each threads behave as an individual user. After that, it works on top of the platform and we test it. We check it. So performance testing, just get to know the knowledge that what is this, so it will be helpful. This slide is very important and demotivated for IT. IT growth is slow. I'll tell you why. So I think maybe 8-10 years before, I think if you remember in many colleges, okay, in the in-house campus, okay, any company came, maybe TCS or CloudED, and they hired 400, 300, this much of count it was there, right? But now that count has reduced a lot, and it is like 10, 50, 10 is also too much, right? 4, 5 to 10, right? Why? So you can see that there is a family, huge family. So this family is looking for a insurance. So now there are many insurance, health insurance, okay, then let's say term insurance, car insurance, okay, then life insurance. So any insurance are there. Any insurance you are going to purchase. So how can you purchase it? So there are many companies written here. Okay, HDFC Life, okay, SBI Life, then LIC. There are many companies are there through which you are purchasing the policies. Then at the end, what it is written? Guidewire. Have you heard this term? Guidewire. It's a very rich product. So if you know Guidewire, then you are priceless actually nowadays. That much of like important it is Guidewire. If somebody knows, it is not that easy to know. Definitely you have to work on Guidewire product. Then only you will get to know. It's a insurance product knowledge. Guidewire. Okay. So now the problem is how this is related to the IT growth would be difficult in future. Why? So previously, let's say LIC, in the LIC they have designed one UI, right? Let's say I want to purchase one policy. I cannot directly go to Guidewire. So what I will do? I will create the policy from LIC. Okay. So LIC has hosted one application, right? LIC has hosted one application where front-end application user can able to log in and purchase a policy, and in the backend Guidewire will play the important role. Okay. So what happens nowadays? There are many companies. Let's say I want to open a new insurance company where that company will offer all these insurance policies. So I don't need 500 developer in order to start that particular insurance company or application from zero. So what happens? There are many companies who will come and offer me that boss 80% application is already developed. So you just change the logo and you just modify a couple of pages. In that case, what will happen? Your cost will be reduced a lot, and then maybe if your budget is 100 rupees, with 20 or 30 rupees you can able to get an application. So now try to understand where it was required for me to have almost 500 developers, but now with 50 developers I can able to purchase that application and maintain that application. So that is why previously we used to hire this many people, but now with less people also we can able to do our job. Okay, and definitely AI, ML, all those things are also playing important role. Yeah, then questions, answers. I think other yes.
Sir, the same platform Kudu is also there, which is also doing similar stuff.
Which one?
Kudu. ODM. Like it's also making websites and
There are many actually, so there is no limitation on.
SAP and Salesforce are also doing the same.
SAP, Salesforce. something, maybe something is there, right? PLC software is there, right? Through PLC and all, or some other things. So that kind of, I think, industrial automation we use SAP. That kind of industrial implementation mostly we use SAP. Okay, SAP data is something different. Okay, yeah. Salesforce I think is gone slowly. So everything is coming. If there is a high, it will flow for 5 years, then gone. Salesforce will become dead, like dead economy translate, right? Indian economy. So similarly, Salesforce also it will become a dead technology after 5 years.
Right now, which is growing? Right now, which platform or which product or
Right now that everything is like parallelly it is continuing. So if you know any new skill, right? If you learn, right? But where is the actual implementation of that? There is no actual implementation, right? So let's say in many engineering colleges, some people are learning AIML, but AIML, where exactly AIML we are using, or maybe some data science. So data science, let's say, very popular, right? So yeah, data science means you are going to play with the company's data, or let's say some customer data. So why, let's say you are a fresher, why a company will give you authority or can believe on you so that you can play with customers' data and you can do some implementation? They cannot believe, right? So first you have to do something. You have to present something. Okay, you have to start from zero, or maybe in home you have to. If you create a couple of projects, then only they will believe you, right? So that kind of problem is also there. So learn which is like normal or regular people who is like learning. Okay, so that can help you actually. Okay, and definitely some term. Okay, and in the industry, okay, get in touch with someone who is already there in the industry. Okay, and what type of things they are working, behaving, doing. So if you know that, then definitely that will help you. Okay, anything else? Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Sir, you were discussing Spring and
स्ट्रिंग को पता है ना? हाँ, स्ट्रिंग जैसे हम लोग स्ट्रिंग लिखते हैं, स्ट्रिंग बफर को हम लोग कैसे लिखते हैं? How we define a string buffer? String buffer A is equal to new string buffer करके उसका A का जो वैल्यू है, हाँ, इनको स्ट्रिंग हम लोग करते हैं, स्ट्रिंग बिल्डर पे ऐसे करते हैं, करेक्ट? Now I think string buffer and string builder which is faster, which is slower?
String builder is the faster.
Faster, yeah. So now the application where we need more faster things, right? There we can go for this just slower, faster बात और कुछ नहीं चाहता है.
Builder uses the same concepts.
Thank you, sir. It was really an insightful session, and we have got a knowledge of many tools which is required for software engineers and for everyone, of course. So thank you, sir. So let's give a round of applause for sir.